Hey Wiser, good morning to you, man. Um, so this morning I'm just streaming Jumptown and whatever happens around Jumptown. I'm not gonna really be interacting with it. I'm just gonna be watching what happens and streaming it. Because some of the most interesting stuff I've seen so far in 3.3 onward has happened at Jumptown. So I just was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and stream this shit, and we'll see what happens with it. So currently, over here, this guy in the glaive has been camping Jumptown for like the last 15 minutes, something around there. There's been a couple traders who've been coming in for drugs. He caught one of them while they were still uploading and shot some warning shots at the guy as he was running back to his cutlass as quick as he could. He got in, took off, and the glaive kind of just chased after him. I don't think he got him. It was like he was just trying to harass him or something, because the glaive should have been able to just easily obliterate the cutlass. So now I'm just kind of waiting and watching to see what happens with this glaive sitting on top of Jumptown. Yeah, man, I'm just having my morning coffee, some light vaping, and watching shit unfold at Jumptown. Originally, I came out here to snipe people, but like every time I come out here, it's usually just like there's so much stuff going on with other people, that I'm like, you know what, this is this is interesting enough to just people watch kind of deal, right? It's interesting to watch other people interact with each other here, whether it be like camping each other or cooperative play where somebody comes in with like a cat or a freelancer or something like that to load up on Widow, and they have like somebody flying escort for them and shit like that, right? Like, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna sit back and kind of watch it and see what happens. And that's what I've been kind of doing for the last like half hour or so. And I was like, you know what, I'll stream it. It'll give me a chance to catch up with everybody. It's been a little while since I've done a video or stream, so it's just kind of a chill way to bullshit with everybody while we watch things unfold around Jumptown. That lighting almost looked like it was the spotlight at first, but guess not. So everybody who's joining us, we're kind of just waiting to see what happens. This glaive has been semi-camping Jumptown. He doesn't seem like he's being super aggressive, but he was driving people off. So I'm just kind of like waiting to see what he decides to do. He was flying around a little more active, and now he's kind of just chilling behind the drug lab proper. That's kind of a big part of it, right? I've been doing this for the last like 2 or 3 days where you just kind of sit out there and watch. Mostly because I was going out there to snipe people, right? I wanted to mess around with sniper rifles a little bit because I haven't had a chance to like actively use them. I've used them like messing around with friends, but like not like real, you know, in-game tests of it, right? Against actual like randoms. And some of the shit I've seen out here has just been so fucking hilarious. And I'm like, God, I wish I was recording. I wish I had been streaming. So I figured, you know what? While I'm out here, I might as well stream it. And then if nothing else, at least that way, I can go back and clip anything that is overly interesting that occurs. Wiser, I haven't bought anything necessarily. What I've been doing is I melt everything during anniversary sales, and then I just buy shit tons of CCUs and melt them every day. That way I'm like building out a buyback bank, essentially, right? So if I ever do want to fly a certain ship, I'll have buyback tokens of the CCUs from always on sale ships to the limited ones. Hey, Calexis, how's it going, man? Jumptown is on Yela. It's not a marked location, so it's kind of one of those things you have to like look for, find, and then use. But it is one of the most lucrative trade routes in the game. And like, so the thing is, you used to be able to find Jumptown by using the orbital markers really easily, but now the orbital markers don't stay persistent relative to Yellow's surface, right? So the easiest way to find Jumptown is to jump to Grim Hex and then jump directly to planet Yela, not to like any of the orbital markers or anything like that, but directly into Yela. And then from there, you kind of have to visually reference your way down to the drug lab. There's a couple videos on how to do it. And if we end up changing servers, I haven't checked what the population on this server is lately. If we do end up changing servers, though, I can kind of like walk you through it as we go down. The glaive is pretty incredible. As long as you can avoid getting hit, the glaive hits like a monster. Yep, Jumptown Conscott. So Jumptown is a little drug lab down there, and it sells Widow. Yeah, the PvP slider totally happening. Alright, yeah, we're gonna switch servers. This one's pretty much dead right now. So I'll be able to walk you through how to get there. Yeah, pretty much the glaive is definitely sledgehammer with paper mache tacked on. Oh, there we go. If we can get into it. So the most tedious part of this is sneaking into the drug lab without other people catching you. Let's see what we're looking at with server population. That'll do. Alright, back we go. Hey, Organ Ninja. How's it going, my man? Yeah, it's usually a lot more active on YouTube. I've just never put the effort into building Twitch out. So, like, majority of the channel community is usually on YouTube. Alright, let's see if it is day or night. So, learning this route during the day on Yela is much, much easier than at night. Just a little forewarn. Our Widow dealer is still giant PvP kill holes. Yeah, it's still usually very active. Like sometimes you go there and it's a lot of traders who are just kind of like looking at each other and not doing anything. But majoritively it ends up being PvP. 3.3.6 has actually been really great in terms of like stability and server performance. I haven't had any issues. Loreville itself has been a little bit wonky, and I think that's just the expo with all the like crap that they're spawning in or whatever. But for the most part, 3.3.6 has been amazing. Yeah, I had heard that mission givers were broken. I haven't bothered with them much, so that one would have gone right over my head.
Is this my chapstick?
I don't know, I couldn't find it.
It's a break for chapstick.
I don't know.
How much stuff did it get on just the towels?
That I saw, yeah.
Origin jump boards at your service. Core system operational.
So before I even leave Grim Hex, first thing I do is pop spool. That way I'm already spooling.
Landing gear raised.
Thank you. Please visit again.
So again, first thing you're going to do to get to Jumptown is jump direct to Yela. Hey Pastor Will, how's it going? Alright, so we've jumped to Yela, right?
Hydrogen fuel 100%.
First thing you're going to do once you arrive at Yela is find this peninsula right here. You see these two white dots, one there, one there. Oop, I gotta watch it, it's still in the asteroid field. If you center on those two white dots, at the very top of the planet is a dark spot. You should be able to see it right there. Kind of hard to spot, but it's there. It's almost like right at the top of this little green hued out tip, and that's where the drug lab is. So we're just going to shoot for that. Oh, hey, Pastor, no problem, man. I love doing the Escape Loreville taxis. Those are a ton of fun. So now we just got a nice slow cruise into the drug lab, and what we're going to try to do is blow past it and then sneak up from behind it, go stealth mode, power down as much as possible so we don't get detected, and then we'll move in on foot and set up the camera again. Yeah, that's definitely the best way to do it, Conscott. Whenever we're doing drug runs, what we'll do is, you know, we'll have a couple escort fighters go in, clear anybody out who's down there that looks like they might be an issue, and then bring in the Cutlass and the Freelancer trains. Yeah, Volcom. Loreville can be so bad for frame rate. There's definitely been patches where it's so broken for me. I'm just like, okay, well, this is gonna be really rough to get out of here.
Hydrogen fuel 100%.
No shit. I've never had that happen where they've killed me for no reason. That's kind of funny. I have had it where... So, like, there's an issue where you'll generate crime stat, and then when you log off, when you log back in, it doesn't redisplay your crime stat. So, if you don't remember that you have crime stat, it shows that you don't. So I've been reminded of my criminal status multiple times by Lorville guards. Yeah, I agree, Chad. Lorville right now is kind of like a lot of other aspects of the game, right? Like, it's an interesting demo of what could, you know, come someday. But, yeah, in terms of, like, actual gameplay, there's not much there yet. So again, what we're going to try and do is sneak down from behind. So that last kind of mountain ridge there off of my left, or right wing, rather. Alright, let me just set it right on top of it there. That mountain ridge should be where the lab is if I didn't terribly navigate this. So what I'm going to do is... drop my power down. Now we're going to kind of dive, come up from behind it, land on the back side of it, and then go in from foot.
Hydrogen fuel, 100%.
Yeah, Con Scott, they absolutely are.
Landing gear deployed. Warning, collision 4. Warning, collision starboard.
This part might take a minute. Yeah, right. Like a little motor scooter to just kind of help you on a little bit. I mean, it doesn't help that I land like a click out and walk in from there. I kind of do it to myself, but in my experience, it's the safest way to make sure you don't get popped. Hey Nanya, how you doing in the morning? Yeah, the landscapes on Yela are really actually pretty attractive, especially when you can get the rings from the asteroid belt and Crusader in the same shot. Oh man, it looks really nice. Hey Steven, how's it going? Well, they definitely captured this part of Skyrim. Let's go climb a mountain. I have to be careful though, because there's been numerous occasions where I try to navigate certain slopes on this mountain outside of Jumptown, and then I just ragdoll the entire way down the fucking mountain. In my head I go, oh, well, it's an ice planet, so this is fine. This is okay. I don't own it, Wiser. I do think the arrow is really, really nice, especially for the cost. But I'd really try to avoid light fighters. They're just not really like the play style that I enjoy. I definitely prefer like heavier hitting ones. And and one of my big concerns with light fighters is the fuel intake issue, right? So in some patch at some point, CIG is going to be removing intakes from a lot of dedicated combat fighters, and I don't want to have to rely on a carrier or constantly getting refueled. So that's a major issue for me with the Arrow and really any other fighter, right? Until we know exactly which fighters are going to be losing their intakes, I'm trying to avoid fighters in general. But again, that said, right, if you are dead set on getting a fighter, the Arrow is very, very solid right now. And I think it, even if they do kind of like do some balance passes on it, I think it'll still be a really viable fighter just because of how small it is. That makes it a tremendously difficult target for a lot of people to hit. You know, like, if you look at ships like the Gladius, right, that's been in game for a while, so many people have issues hitting that fighter. And then you toss in the Arrow, which is even smaller, and it just compounds the issue. I really, really regret the way that I walked in. I probably should have gone like directly over, because it's so hard to like reference all these craters from on foot. I mean, it's honestly, it's not even bad. Ogre, like 3 size 3 isn't too terrible, especially on a ship that small. Currently, the way its shields overlap, it's incredibly durable. You know, there's very few downsides to it right now. I haven't yet, Pastor, no. Yeah, the F8 that was on display at the expo, those guns just look so fucking crazy. Just guns on guns on guns on guns, man. Oh. I was really hoping they'd at least let it be flyable during the expo so that people could kind of like get a feel for it and just go out and generally make the universe explode. So that kind of broke my heart a little bit. Yeah, I agree, Hendrik. The star map in general, I hope is very, very, very early placeholder, and still has a lot of improvements to come to it, because it's definitely very rough and very lacking in terms of like usability and features. This is gonna be super awkward, but I might have landed on the wrong mountain. I didn't check the other side first. I probably should have done a flyby first and then parked on the back. Just to make sure I was where I thought I was. Actually, since we have to go over there, let's run this ridge. It's the problem with Yela, is like so much of it ends up looking the same. Yeah, so like being able to set like waypoints and stuff like that would be a huge help for like planet side navigation, or like setting markers that you've been to so that you can easily like reacquire the locations and whatnot. That would be much appreciated feature. And I think I am on the wrong fucking mountain, 'cause it should be right there. If I could just like low G super jump all the way down to that ship, that would be so fucking great. Hey Flander. Well, we were looking for a specific spot on the empty rock ball, but I think I accidentally went to the wrong one. That's weird. I don't remember there being a giant rock behind my ship like that. Huh. Alright. Well. Why not? Alright, Let's see if it remembers my power settings.
Origin jump ports.
Nice, we're still on low power.
Core system operational.
A2 Flander.
Warning, collision port. Landing gear raised.
Oh my god, was it right there and I walked by it? Yep.
Landing gear deployed.
Well, that's fucking awkward. God damn, man. It's like right there and I didn't see it. Let's try this again. You know, I thought that was it when we were walking all the way around, and I guess I just didn't go down enough for it to load in or whatever. Honestly, Revenge, it depends on what you want to do, in terms of which starter ship I would recommend. Are you more interested in, like, trading and economic type stuff, or are you more interested in combat? So if you're looking for more trading type gameplay, I would say an Aurora. Okay, actually I should rephrase this. How much do you want to spend on a starter ship? If you're looking to like literally stay within the starter ship boundaries, so like I think that's like 50 and under, around there. Then I would go with probably a Mustang. I like a Mustang just because of the cockpit visibility is much better than an Aurora. It still feels slightly nimble for a starter ship. Right now in game, I don't think it has the cargo ability put in yet, but that's something that CIG has said is coming. So who knows when that'll happen, but it is something that they intend to put in eventually. If you're comfortable spending a little bit over 50, or actually I guess it would be like right at 50 ship value. I don't know what it is with the game package, but the Avenger Titan is hands down one of the most well-rounded and easily recommended starter ships in the game. It's decent firepower. It has a good size cargo hold for a starter ship, like large for a starter ship. It's just an all-around like easy to recommend buy. But if you don't want to put in the money for an Avenger, then I would say a Mustang. Which Mustang would kind of depend on what you wanted to do. If you're looking to do exploration and stuff like that, then the Mustang Beta. If you're looking to kind of just have an all-arounder, the Mustang Alpha. And if you're looking for something really combat focused, then the Mustang Delta. Alright, where's my rock? They're going to wait until daytime and then try to find a slightly better spot where I can camera in every direction again. Because this is
Hi, big boy.
a little restricted. Hey, good morning, man. How's it going? I'm not intending to. I'm not intending to. So what I'm trying to do is go people watching. But we'll see. It might end up shooting junkies. You never know. There we go. This is a little better. This is one of my biggest grievances with this shit is like you can't tell where they're coming from half the time when they spotlight. Nunya, I'm just like hanging out at the drug lab. So, yeah, we're just hanging out at the drug lab and just kind of watching what happens here on its own. I might shoot at some people here and there later on, but for the most part right now, just kind of people watching. I've had so much, like, random crazy cool shit happen at the drug lab that, I was like, you know what? It drives me crazy that I'm never recording this. So that's the intent, is to start trying to capture some of the Jumptown Chronicles. Yeah, that's right, Moose Speed. You gonna be my ghillie buddy? Hey Ben, good morning. So we're kind of just people watching Jumptown, if that makes sense. Usually I come here to PvP, usually it's flying. Lately I've been kind of just doing some sniping stuff for the fun of kind of getting used to the sniper rifle. But then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna like watch Jumptown and let it unfold. Because Because if you get on a server where people are active on Jumptown, it gets pretty interesting, with like the traffic coming in and how people interact with each other. Damn, Moospeed, I can't believe you just teased me like that. Now I'm gonna sit here with blue balls, all on my own, with no ghillie buddy to relieve them. Yeah, I like to lurk, Conscott, just observe from a distance with my binoculars. Hey, Drifter Bob, how's it going? Morning to you. If you mean bugged in that when you bring it up, it sometimes brings it up, closes it, and then doesn't bring it back up, and you have to hit it again, then yeah, it's definitely, it's acting up again, which is unfortunate because they had it fixed in, I think, one of 3.3.5 builds, and then they broke it again. It was so nice when it was working smooth, right? Like you'd hit F1, boom, you're in F1. You'd hit F2, boom, you're in F2. None of that like up down wrist bullshit. Yeah, that's it's so nice when it works. It almost feels like you could like navigate it in decent time when it's working right. But yeah, unfortunately, it's back to how it's been for most of Moby-Glass's life. I mean, I don't blame him, Hoskins, right? Like, the range render, like the render distance for people is kind of like terrible. And then like, you know, you have assault rifles and light machine guns and it says their max effective range is like, you know, 60 meters or something like that. And it's like, oh God, okay, sure, why not? So I don't blame him for being salty about the ranges on weapons. Oakman, I'm enjoying killing people. I still don't think that there's much to do. It's definitely hardcore sandbox, like make your own enjoyment out of it. And as of late, I've been kind of getting my rocks off killing people that are like doing cargo missions and stuff like that. And then anybody who comes to defend them. So I've had fun based around like Jumptown a lot. Jumptown has been very interesting for me for like the last 3 weeks or so. But outside of that, right, like I don't really have a reason to log in. I don't feel like compelled to do any kind of gameplay there. Yeah, I'm really excited to see how the Redeemer pans out. If it ends up with cargo when the Valkyrie doesn't, I'm gonna be like, ugh, why? So the directions to Jumptown are kind of hard to like verbally give, but essentially you want to jump from Grimhex to Yela, find this kind of long white peninsula, like ice peninsula, and then you kind of like line up these two white dots above it, and then it's like the last dark spot on the top of the hemisphere from there. It's really hard to verbally give directions to Jumptown. It's one of those things you really got to either have somebody show you or watch a tutorial on. Because there's no marker. It's hidden, right? You literally have to find it on the planet. But once you know where it's at, it's possible to learn it pretty quickly. Yeah, I keep meaning to grab one of the Scourge railguns to bring out here. Because it's pretty effective against troops, right? If you just tap shoot it and you don't charge it, it basically one-shots fucking anybody in heavy even. So it's definitely, it's a good primary to bring along anywhere you go. I just keep forgetting to buy one. I don't remember how much the plastic bag cost. I bought it one time, tried to take it outside, like where there's no atmosphere, right? Because it looked like it was sealed, right? Isn't that the point? Is that it seals you off so you're breathing like oxygen or whatever. But it doesn't work like a helmet, so you choke to death as soon as you step out into space. So I was like, okay, well, the amusement of the plastic bag has now worn off, and I'm done with that. Yeah, Oakman, if they added some kind of like nav point autopilot, that would be kind of cool. If you could pull that off, Moose Speed, I bet you that would be pretty fucking funny. Yeah, flare gun would be cool. Hey Daniel, it's fun if you enjoy sandboxes and you have like a group of friends to do stuff that keeps you interested, right? It's definitely not fun in the terms of like there's a great game here yet, right? Like it's entirely like make your own fun still for sure. So for me, like it has been fun the last couple weeks because I've been playing with like org mates and like move speed and stuff like that. We've just been going out and like killing people for the fuck of it, right? So I've been enjoying that kind of gameplay for sure. So and a big one too that kind of helps with that is 3.3.6 has been incredibly stable. So you're not constantly like trying to get these parties together and not have them crash and like other people dropping in and out nonstop and shit like that, right? So 3.3.6 has enabled us to actually like get a group of people together and go have fun in the sandbox, whereas before, even in like 3.3, you were dealing with like crashes and stuff like that. So it would make getting like a core group of people together a little bit more difficult. What percentage would I say is the game complete? Oh, God. Man, that depends how you want to frame it. In terms of gameplay loops and stuff like that, like 20%, something like that. It's super, it still has so far to go. And I know a lot of people are going to take issue with that, but I mean, like, AI is nowhere near implemented. I mean, it's in, but they're like retarded children, right? They don't do anything. They just kind of wander around pointlessly. They're not like, you know, the AI in Star Citizen right now is like dumber than like Half-Life 1 AI. So like, and that has me concerned with even Squadron 42's completion, right? Like, it can't be that far along if the AI is still just like brain dead dumb. You know, core gameplay mechanics aren't there. Stuff like salvaging, refueling, repairing, shit like that. The game just has so far to go still. And that's not even talking about like solar system completion, right? Like, that is like 0.1%, way out there. You're never going to see it to where it's just one server, where you can get thousands of people together, or even, I would be hesitant to say even 1,000 people in one like actual server, let's call it shard. I think it'll, you know, instance that kind of stuff down to like a couple hundred by end game, you know, like when they're actually out of alpha and into beta. I would say like the most we're ever going to see is a couple hundred people in one instance. I could see, let's see, it'd be another 7 years, so yeah, that's the big issue, Night Train, right? Is they keep selling it as like one large shard, right? Like, it's gonna be, a lot of people think it's still gonna be like Eve, almost, right? And it never will be. There's no way this game will ever be able to support that. It would just be impossible. So, and yeah, like that was a big thing for me, right? Night Train, like, after coming to terms with that and accepting it, it really made me look back at like capital ships and be like, what's the point in these, right? Like, I just, it's so hard to even like think of justifying like thousands of dollars on one ship. Hey, CTFT. Disclaimer, this is my opinion. No, but for real, there's no way you're ever going to see thousands of people in like giant fleet battles. I think like a couple hundred might be doable. We'll see. But yeah, you're never going to see these giant full-on org versus org fucking, you know, capital battles and shit like that, right? Not in the scale that like a lot of people were hoping for, if that makes sense. Yeah, if you're talking about like last year's CitizenCon, and that was a big one, right? So obviously that was pre OCS. To be fair to Star Citizen, right? The Idris versus Idris battle was pre OCS, but at the same time, it was on a closed network, right? It wasn't like me and 8 of my friends from across the world versus, you know, 8 other people and, you know, their friends from across the world, right? Like, they're not going through what do you call it, you know, servers and pings and all that shit. They're on a closed LAN on, at the time, I'm sure, the best fucking computers that Chris could buy, right? And that was the kind of like stuttery, desyncy, jank combat that they could pull off with that, right? So That was a real eye opener for me when I saw that. I know a lot of people like just got mind blown over, oh hey look, fucking Idris's. But to me when I saw that, that made me go, oh shit, you know, like how are they ever gonna have fleet versus fleet when Idris versus Idris fucking is that fucking, you know, jank looking. But again, OCS has helped a lot with frame rate, but they still have to improve on like server, which I think is possible, right? I think it could be possible that Star Citizen will get to a point where like you could have a couple hundred people fighting in one instance, but I don't think we'll ever see 1,000. I think that's never going to happen in Star Citizen just because of the complexity of like the game itself, the complexity inside of ships, objects inside of ships, all of that. Like it just seems like there's no way. I can't imagine it, right? Like you get that kind of battle with Eve where it's just essentially 3D meshes, right? There's no interiors, there's no like complicated fucking CryEngine levels of fucking shit going on, right? It's just meshes shooting lasers at each other. And even that, you know, Eve has to fucking use, you know, smoke and mirrors to pull those battles off. There's no way Star Citizen could ever do it. I mean, you know, I shouldn't say never, but I should say it is incredibly unlikely, right? It is incredibly, incredibly unlikely we will ever see more than 1,000 people in an instance on Star Citizen. I mean, usually Eradicator, nobody sees you when you're camped out out here. Like I've never had somebody spot me on the ground when I'm just out here. Let's go double check that this fucking thing's off. I'm positive I powered it down before we left. Hey WMD, how's it going, man? I think so, no, for sure. That's one of my biggest gripes with Star Citizen is how, like, it's 2948 in a sci-fi world, but a lot of the tech is worse than what we have right now in 2018, right? Especially as, from, like, a military standpoint, that's incredibly fucking frustrating. It's just really hard to, like, wrap your mind around, right? That, like, you know, you look at the technological advances we've made in the last 100 years, and then you go, okay, well, 900 years into the future, this is where we're at. Especially, like, really basic shit, too. Like, what do you call it? Gatling guns taking spool up time. Like, why? That one drives me crazy. Turrets being manned. Like, we haven't done manned turrets in so long. It's so dumb. I know Chris is fucking obsessed with it, and it's not going away, but God, I hate it. Yeah, this is weird. It's powered down. Son of a bitch. What the hell? Alright, let's stick it somewhere lower then.
Origin jump works at your service. Core system operational. Warning, collision 4.
Ooh, that was blinding. Let's not do that ever again. I really hope that's them.
Origin jump works at your service. Core system operational.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. What was that, a hornet? I guess I don't have to worry about somebody finding my vehicle now. Now just remember, guys, there's not going to be any unwanted PvP in Star Citizen, right? Stuff like that's never going to happen. Right? Right? Wow, you can tell why this guy has to kill fucking, like, stationary fighters. What a dingling. Fuck, I really wish I had brought a fucking railgun. I'm actually super upset about that now. Next time I end up back at Grimhex, somebody yell at me and remind me. I love how he was like bonking off of the drug lab. I can't tell. Did he land? I didn't see his silhouette go back up. I wonder if he fucking powered down there.
I got that pink.
Alright, it looks like he's literally landed right next to the hab. I'm pretty certain I'm hitting right bracket. Thank you. Oh, he shot him. Nice. What the fuck? Oh shit, he jumped! He fucking just jumped out! Yeah, this guy's definitely like, he's got to be one of the new players or whatever. Cause he like, I mean, unless it was a bug or something, he legit just bailed fucking 50 feet up in the air. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, Con. Is if he was just mashing buttons or if he accidentally hit H. I think that's Velvet. He's just bugged. Yep. I'm glad I didn't shoot that. Is Velvet bugged again? Oh shit! He's going in. Fuck! I didn't see him. Yeah, I heard the I'm surprised he fucking survived bailing. That's kind of funny. And now his Hornet will just sit there, hovering as bait. Now he'll be a beacon for others to find the drug lab more easily. Oh, we're not hitting at all. Holy shit. Derp. Let's back that ass up. Just a little bit more. Didn't realize I was on the high point of that. Oh, backward. There we go. Yeah, some nods would be great. There we go. That looks better. Yeah, Chad, it would be really nice if you could just keep yourself resupplied somehow from inside the drug lab. Hey, Angry, how's it going? Doing pretty good this morning. Just kind of hanging out at Yela, watching events unfold. Or at least I'm trying to. I'm trying to be an innocent bystander and just observer, if you will, in the terrible, terrible drug war that has consumed the verse. and the Stanton system. Which whole thing? That round table was pretty fun. I wish I had known that I was going to be the only one drinking, though. That was a little bit of a womp womp. I was under the impression that the round table was like a big drinking thing for the panelees, if you will. So I like started that thing pre-gaming a glass of vodka and just kept going with it. I'm not sure, Calexis, honestly. That's a good question. Sometimes it's kind of hard to tell if it's like daylight coming or if it's a ship from far out that has its lights on. Oh, do I feel like I got to speak? Um, so it was really kind of weird to do, right? Like, for one, I was kind of moderately intoxicated for the whole round table. Um, so like I was trying to be super super self-aware about like talking over other people. Um, and I think as a result of that, I didn't get to weigh in as much as I would have liked to on some other things that they brought up or were talking about. So like I don't know. Like there's definitely like more I would have talked about in some of the segments for sure. Um, but I was trying to like be polite, let people like talk, and then like it would seem like somebody would finally like die down, and then Paul would want to move on to like the next topic. So I was just kind of like, okay, well, I don't want to hold the show up on something that everybody's done talking about. I guess I'll just wait until the next thing. Um, so yeah, but it was still fun. It was still fun. Yeah, the landscapes are incredibly enjoyable. Oh yeah, there was no way I was gonna do that sober. Um, Not really huge on what do you call it? Um, I like podcasts and stuff like that. So for me, like drinking just kind of relaxes me. Um, Actually, it's really fortunate that the only alcohol we had in the house was the girlfriend's vodka. Because if we had had Jack Daniels, I would have been way more fucked up on the show. So it actually worked out pretty well. Oh shit. You know what? Good for you for sticking by your argument though, Con Scott. You don't need to be in an organization full of people who think the Valkyries shouldn't have cargo. Fuck that. They're clearly stupid, and you're better off without them. Oh no, we lost the Hornet. See, that's my issue, right, WMD, is that, like, I feel like they're gonna pull some shit like that. Like, they're gonna come out with a fucking variant or some crap that can suddenly magically haul cargo. Is that Velvet, I hope? Okay, yeah. Man, I love the Eclipse. I wish they would fix torpedoes so bad. Oh shit, it's tracking something. Oh shit! No. Damn it, sniper rifle. Aww. Somebody just turned into space dust and we missed it. Yeah, I'm not sure what he hit. It was kind of out of range. Yeah, missiles are supposed to be getting worked on. Torpedoes are especially bad right now, because it's like flipping a coin on whether or not torpedoes actually hit and do something, or if they just like bang up against the fucking hull of the ship and do nothing. They're really in a not great spot right now. What's he shooting at? Oh no, there's somebody else up there then. Oh yeah, there is. Chaff, chaff, chaff. Fuck, I can't see him from here. He's gonna cut it. Oh shit. Oh shit, there's another one coming in. Arrow? Arrow? Oh yeah. Looks like an arrow. Oh shit. Oh god. Torpedo versus arrow. Oh, it's sticking, I think. Oh god, it is! It's pushing him! Oh fuck! See, that's what I mean about torpedoes. So that torpedo was literally like right up against the arrow, right? And that's what you get out of the fucking torpedoes. Actually, oh, never mind. I'll go back and clip it later. Just so I can throw that on the issue console. Uh-oh. Oh, it's another Cuddy. Or wait, was that... Nope, not him. So it's somebody else. Oh god, I think we're bugged. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh yeah, we're fucking bugged. That's great. That's gonna go over well for the first person with half a brain who tries to find us. I love how our guy's just kind of like walking in place. Oh man. God, yeah, we're super fucked. Oh, yeah. Nice. Oh no. That color sounded really weird taking off. Yeah, I can't even emote out of this. No, I can't go prone. That's the problem. Is like going prone. Sometimes you get into these weird bugs where, like, hold on. So like I can jump right now. I'm in prone. Like standing. So like right now I'm not in prone. Okay, I'm hitting jump to get out of it or whatever. So like my character's actually in prone right now. And then I can like pop out of it or whatever, but like yeah, it's a really annoying bug. Yeah, prone gets frustrating sometimes. And it's really annoying too because like there's no reliable way to get back out of it, right? Like sometimes emotes work. I've done this sit thing too, Calexis. It doesn't fix it. Last time this happened, Velvet, actually it was Granger. Granger landed with a cutlass. I like prone floor crawled up into the back of it, sat in his seat, and they saw me get into the seat. I never left the floor on my screen, right? I just stayed on the floor. So, unfortunately, like, whatever the deal is with this bug, it's pretty much like you either pop out of it eventually on your own or you have to suicide. And since we're just kind of, like, watching Jumptown, I'm not really that worried about being stuck in it. Oh shit, that was weird. Guess that cutlass just decided to render randomly. Oh, he's looking this way. Fuck that. Let's get back in our hole. I'm not sure what that guy's doing, but that's an incredibly bad spot to just AFK in a cutlass. Hey fanboys, how's it going, man? Ooh, a wild glaive appears. Oh my god. This game hates me. Oh, okay, that's ancient. Never mind. Yeah, it's a hell of a walk, move speed. It's like a 1 kilometer walk if you want to like land undetected. Are you on the server? I can invite you to party or have Velvet invite you. Oh, one sec. Yeah, just watch out, Mosby, because Velvet's buddy. Oh, I was gonna say watch out because Velvet's buddy's flying around in a glaive. I don't think they know that you're with me. I can't move. Like the worst war correspondent ever. Ooh. Something went pop. I feel like the sound design's definitely gotten better too. It seems like. Yeah, fanboy. I lost my 85X a good while ago, which is fine. So like, what I wanted to do with this stream was just come and watch Jumptown and let other people kind of like let Jumptown do its thing, I guess, and just kind of like try my best not to get seen and just watch it all unfold. I'm so fucking bugged I can't even, like, move now. Maybe they won't see me. Oh no, I've been defeated by a small rock. Can we get past it? No. Oh, little sidestep. Come on. Baby steps. Yeah, it's at the drug lab. Yeah, I'm also pretty sure that cutlass is actually, like, not there. And it's just bugged out on my screen. It's a ghost cutlass. Womp womp. What the hell, move? Why do you gotta fuck everything up? Yeah, we can, let's go ahead and suicide and come back. Oh no, my 85X is gonna be gone still. Oh yeah, railgun. Alright, I remember this time. Railgun, railgun. Oh, I think it's got a good while in alpha still. For sure. I mean, if you go by traditional alpha, right, where like moving into beta means they have all the core gameplay mechanics and everything is in place. They're just in like, you know, alpha rough state, right? Like where in beta you polish and like bug hunt and shit like that, right? In that case, then like, yeah, it's still got a good few years in my opinion. I love how it says stored on Yela instead of destroyed by a wanker on Yela.
Your ship has been delivered to the following landing pad.
God, I always get Alpha 5. Fuck. I really doubt it, personally. I would see like the majority of 2019 being the new flight model, working on Microtech and ArcCorp. If we're lucky, we see like one of the other gameplay loops come online.
Welcome to Space Industries. Enjoy the ride. System check.
But even that, I'm kind of skeptic on.
Landing gear raised.
Thank you. Please visit again.
I mean, it's one of those things I'd love to be wrong about, though, right? Alright, so for anybody who's asking how to get to Jumptown, right? From Grim Hex, you jump direct to Yela. And then once you hit that marker, you find this long little arm, peninsula. Right above it, there are technically 3 dots, or 3 snow caps. 1, 2, 3. You just kind of center in between the two. Look up, and there's this little finger here that kind of like sticks out, and then right above that there's a dark area, and that's the actual mountain that the drug lab is in. So then we just aim for that one. And then you can kind of spot it once you get a little bit closer because it's literally like the only mountain area once you get out there. Like the drug lab mountain is right before just an open field. So it's actually really easy to spot once you've done it a couple times and you can kind of like terrain reference it. It gets a lot easier to find. Oh yeah, you can absolutely bring a Connie there. That's what I used for a lot of my runs was the Connie. Really, like the biggest issue with bringing larger cargo ships to the drug lab is that it takes so long to sell because the demand at Grim Hex and any other outpost really is kind of wonky right now. So you have to sell it like only a couple SCU at a time. So it honestly takes longer to sell what you have in your cargo hold than it does to run out there, completely fill up, and then run back. No, Calexis, it's a bug, I think, right? Like, even if nobody is there, like, I've been on a server that was totally empty. There were only, like, 7 of us, and it was still bugged. They just don't want, like, it's something with the demand for Widow. They only want, like, a couple hundred units of it at a time, and a couple hundred units is, like, 1 or 2 SCU cargo. So it's really slow off selling it. It sells for great money, right? Like it's almost 2 times what you buy it at. It's just super slow to sell.
Engines, power is low. Engines, power is low. Landing gear deployed. Collision alert. Front. Collision alert. Starboard. Collision alert. Low.
Alright, let's get the fuck out of here before I get blown up again. Anybody who has not listened to The Danger Zone by Kenny Loggins needs to not play this game. Alright, trusty Aurora, you stay there. I've got a drug war to cover. Let's That's the only difference is if I was like camping this, I would let them fill up first and then kill them. Because especially if you can pop them before they get into their ship, if they have a ship full of Widow, they're not going to claim it, right? Because they lose so much money. So it kind of like creates a loop where like they have to come back to try to get that ship back from you. Like if you give them that little bit of hope that they can recover their money's worth of Widow from that ship that you killed them from being able to leave with, then it almost creates that PvP loop, because they're going to keep coming back and they're going to try to get friends to help them like save and secure and rescue their money. Because I mean, like, I think even in a Cutlass, you're looking at like, man, almost I think it's almost at least 100,000, which is a lot for a lot of people. Yeah, for sure, collections. It's definitely, if you want to do this and like actually spend money on Widow, right? The safe way to do it. God damn it, not F2. The safe way to do it is absolutely to have somebody inside, right? Like Moospeed was doing that for me. He would stay inside and keep an eye on the ship to make sure nobody like ran in, snuck aboard, any of that tomfoolery. I would definitely not recommend trying to run Widow alone. And if you are going to do it alone, make damn sure there's nobody else around. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's fine. Spare magazine. Railgun. Power railgun, that too. Hey, God bless the dumb ones, alright? They're the ones that keep creating emergent gameplay. Alright? Yeah, I will celebrate the day when you can steal people's cargo. Either that means like stealing their ship proper and being able to go sell their cargo at a terminal, or blowing them up and salvaging their cargo like from the debris. Either of those, that will be a great fucking day when those are implemented. Because right now, there's no reward in killing other people, right? Which is why I think Care Bears get so fucking upset about it, because like you literally get nothing from it other than like, you know, the joy of PvP. I don't even know if I can hit it from here. So let's pop the engines off. Alright, that one just stopped existing. There goes one. Nice. Yeah, that would be a good one. Yeah, I feel like Auroras are in a weird spot It just seems kind of like odd to say, oh yeah, it trades maneuverability for armor, right? Because like comparatively, you know, like compared to an Aurora, maybe, right? Like, oh yeah, I have armor, but you know, like compared to anything else outside of an Aurora, like it's still an Aurora. It's like a one-shot. Fucking son of a bitch. That fucking fucker. Something's coming in. Or not. Oh. Yep. What was it though? Oh god, it's an Apoa. Oh my god, it sounded like it wasn't gonna shoot. Fuck. Well, wasted that one. This railgun's really confusing. God, it's fucking like all over. There we go. Jesus Christ. How is this thing supposed to be anti-air again? Like, fuck, unless it's doing the same shit as like torpedoes and whatnot, where it's not actually hitting. Like on my screen, I hit him like fucking 4 times. How are you ever gonna use that against an actual like ship? Jixer. Yeah, I don't know why they were shooting at Velvet instead of me. That bobbing too. Holy shit. That was ridiculous. Hey Brad, how's it going, man? Yeah, that guy kind of failed in target prioritization for sure. I wonder if Velvet could have sniped him off of it though, or if he's like too tucked down. Oh, that's disappointing, right? I'll try to look for the Cutlass or Freelancer once day comes. I can't see shit out there in that field right now. I have watched Stargate. Not a lot of the other shows, but I've watched all of Stargate Atlantis. Every time I try to get into the other, I don't know what you'd call them, the other versions of Stargate, I kind of always end up losing interest, and I'm like, fuck it, I'll finish this later, and I never go back to it. Actually, let's reload this thing really quick. Freelancer maybe, Velvet? Also, I apologize, guys. I'm sure my keyboard is picking up much more than it used to be. I switched back over to my Corsair from the Razer, and the Corsair is like very fucking clickety-clack, so I apologize. Normally I have like a mute button bound, but I don't right now, so that's something I need to do. Oh shit, lights. Oh shit, lights. Holy crap. Oh god, it's a Vanguard. Yeah, that's a Vanguard. I can spot that one from a fucking mile away. Oh shit. Cutlass. There's 3. Oh shit. Alright, we're not getting involved. We're gonna be spectators here and just observe, right? Oh shit, somebody else is coming. And another from the rear too. Holy shit, dude, it's getting busy around Jumptown. Oh my god, is that a Car2Al? Is somebody flying a Car2Al? Holy shit. Vanguard's going ham. Boom! Oh yeah, and that Vanguard's got the M7A on it too, so he's like legit loaded out. You know what I bet I heard was the Vanguard hitting his booster's brake. I forgot how fucking loud the Vanguard's engines are when you booster brake on them. It's like throughout like fucking half the planet. Which is weird because it's so slow. Yeah, this is what it's normally like. It's especially if you get on a server where like there's a lot of people trying to drug run. This is what Jumptown is usually like. We should be okay just because of how terrible the render distance is for like people. Even if they were looking right at me, I don't think they would see me. They would have to get like almost right on top of me for me to load to them, which is obviously super shitty, right? And it's kind of one of those. It's one of the issues that PlanetSide 2 used to have, right? Where like you would be flying and ground infantry would lock you with anti-air launchers and you wouldn't even be able to see them because they weren't rendering, but they could see you from like, you know, a click out or whatever it was. I don't remember how far, but it was good ways. Oh god, is he actually gonna get out? Yeah, the calling is basically what's making this whole Jumptown correspondent thing possible. Can we go up anymore? Yeah, we can. Alright, so we've got the Cutlass landed on one end and the Vanguard still hovering. Okay, he's not landed. God, I wonder, where's Velvet? Oh, he's still down there. Poor Velvet, man. He's in the fucking thick of it. I hope you're well hidden, man. I didn't, Wiser. I have tried so hard. I've tried like 3 different times to get a drink at Lorville, and every time the bartender didn't want anything to do with me. I tried to like pick up the glass on my own and I couldn't drink it. I was like, oh my god. Fuck Lorville. Well, there goes that cutlass. Yeah, some binos or a spotting scope would be great. This is a tricky one too, right? Because these two are probably working together. I mean, I could check chat maybe and figure it out. I don't know, but you know, based on them, the Vanguard protecting the Cutlass, right? Let's assume that they're working together. There isn't a fighter that can take that Vanguard if the Vanguard's even slightly competent. So they would need either, if anybody wants to counter push these guys, we're going to have to look at something with torpedoes and hope that the torpedoes work. So either a Tally or an Eclipse. Or somebody's going to have to run in here with like a Connie Phoenix or a 600i to take out that Vanguard. Those are all pretty expensive ships. Oh, here we go. Let's see what happens. Oh man, is that fucking Velvet's dude? Oh, this is going to be bad. Because even without that M7A on the nose, or the chin turret, rather, too far. Shit, we called out the Cutlass. That nose cluster that he's popping, the 4 MVSAs, they're just fucking brutal. Yeah, a glaive, that's right. A glaive would also work. My bad. I always forget about them because so few people usually have them. But it's Alien Day, so yeah, actually, a glaive would be a very viable option right now. Man, I would try to help him, but I'm positive the railgun is going to do nothing to that Vanguard. No shit. What the fuck hit him? Holy shit. What is he running on that fucking Cutlass? Unless he's missile, but I didn't see any missiles go off unless it's like OCS is calling it. Damn. I mean, that Vanguard pilot was kind of asking for it by just sitting stationary and shooting at him. That was fucking really, really bad flying. You don't want to be a stationary turret. Even with that much firepower on the Vanguard, you still be moving. Yeah, I wonder if he... it's just weird because I didn't see the Cutlass firing. I didn't see him fire at the Vanguard or the other Cutlass on the ground when they both blew up. So I wonder if like I'm just not seeing it. Oh, we got something else coming in. Fuck. Okay, that arrow just suicided into the fucking ground. Shit. I was trying to warn him before it hit. And unfortunately, as a result, I missed the fucking explosion. That's weird that somebody would fly an arrow all the way out here just to fucking torpedo it into the ground. Oh shit, is Twitch not showing up again? Hold on, mute. Really? 3.3 is worse than 3.2 for you? Oh, I wonder if he was just like blowing in full speed and then couldn't pull out. Is that the Vanguard corpse up there floating, I think? Oh shit, that Cutlass is fucking done. Oh, is he in the blade? Oh, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up! Nice. Yeah, I was like, oh shit, is he gonna be able to get altitude before he hits? Man, the Vanduul ships are sexy as hell. Like, if I could get the glaive without that ridiculous paint job, I would probably grab it. I have to fly the blade before Alien Day is over, though. I haven't tried that one yet, and I'm really curious how it handles. And I don't know anybody that owns it, so it's hard to, like, try one out. Oh, you know what? I wonder if I can turn HUD off. Shit. Is that his fucking searchlight? Oh, that is fucking creepy as fuck. That's cool as shit. That's a cool touch. Yeah, the Vanduul ships look a lot like Cylon ships for sure. I honestly don't know, Wiser. I noticed that a while back, and I was like, huh, I wonder why my oxygen doesn't seem to be depleting here at all. In fact, it was going up the last time I looked at it. Which is, you know, obviously the last thing you would think. Let's pop it up. Let's see where it's at. Let's see if it's still going up. Yep. It's just like slowly ticking up, and I don't know why, right? Like, I shouldn't be generating oxygen. Uh-oh. It sounded like things getting blown up. Alright, my rotor's still there. That's good. Jesus Christ. Ducking cover. And Velvet's bugged on my screen again. The Velvet Diamond hacks. I wonder if he's got the prone bug again. Oh man, that would be such a hard one. So my personal favorite for like best looking spaceship in any franchise, Star Destroyers. I fucking love those little triangles of death. To the point that like in Rogue One, when that hammerhead just rams the fucking Star Destroyer and magically fucking just save the day. That scene made me so mad. Like, if you thought me ranting about the Valkyrie cargo on Astropub was bad, dude, the first time I saw that movie, I bitched so long about that scene. Ugh. Which sucked because, like, other than the ridiculousness that happened in space towards the end of Rogue One, I thought that was, like, generally a really good Star Wars movie. Especially considering, like, the quality of shit that Disney has been putting out in Star Wars. Rogue One is like probably one of the only ones I actually like enjoy. I fucking love that that red spotlight is just so fucking eerie. What the fuck? They firing cross? What is that fucking noise? Holy shit, dude. That blade just sounds fucking so creepy. Man, I really don't want to go all the way to Lorville to fucking rent one, though. Fuck that. That's a bit much. Yeah, we're in party together, so he gets a marker that he can use to track me down, right? So it makes it makes it easy for him to fucking roll up on me and be super Vanduul ship creepy. Oh yeah, for sure, nobody. I thought that was one of the better prequel scenes for sure. Like, I'm sure I'll take some flack for this, right? Like, I'm not saying that they're on par with what do you call it? Ugh. A New Hope through Return of the Jedi, but I like for the most part generally enjoyed the prequels. Obviously, there were parts like the little fucking kid who played Anakin in Episode 1 is a fucking terrible actor, and George should have fucking known better before he fucking hired him, because he was in enough other movies to see that like he's just a little shitty kid actor, right? Like, and that's the thing, right? Like a lot of people are like, "Oh, but he's a kid. Give him some slack." But it's like, no, there are plenty of kid actors out there who are good actors, right? Like they're nailing it, especially for little kids. Like, holy shit. And that little fucker was terrible. Terrible fucking actor. They should never have hired that kid. That obviously didn't help fucking Episode 1 any. And then Jar Jar Binks as a character was a fucking joke. Just, I don't know what the hell they were trying to do with that. Between like the Trade Federation dudes being hardcore like an Asian stereotype, and then Jar Jar Binks being like slave day African American stereotype. It was just weird as fuck. Motherfucker. So yeah, I like some of the decisions in Episode 1 were pretty fucking terrible, but like for the most part, you know, I generally enjoy the prequels. Darth Jar Jar. The long con plot twist. Yeah, battle droids were pretty sweet. Yeah, they weren't terrible, right, Drifter? Like, they weren't amazing, right? Like, I don't think that they were, like, works of art or anything, but they were, like, they were enjoyable, right? Like, I still go back and, like, watch them sometimes. Yeah, the saber fights were very well done in what do you call it, in Episode 1. My biggest issue was when they went with, the one older guy as Count Dooku, right? And, like, you could really tell that they were, like, kind of, like, CGIing it up for a lot of the shots and scenes. Yeah, I agree. Jango Fett just getting taken out like a little bitch was super fucking upsetting. Velvet shot me in the head. Yeah. You could tell that, like, they were really hyped up about how much CGI had, like, progressed.
Ship has been delivered to the following landing pad.
Yeah, I like the arena fight was for the most part really cool. Like Colexis said, right? Like my biggest gripe with that scene was like just how much they fucking made Django a little bitch. Yeah, I agree. Both Mace Windu and Jango Fett like really never got the use that they should have. But same thing goes to Maul, right? Like he was hands down the most hyped fucking character they had at the time, and they were like, yeah, let's kill him off in the first fucking episode. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, if he's such an amazing hunter, right? Like, he would obviously know better than to just jetpack right into the middle of a fucking clusterfuck of fucking Jedi.
Welcome. Your journey begins now. All systems operational.
Vanguard there. That's neat. Is that dude? Nobody's in it. Well, this should be fun. Let's see if we can get out of here.
Landing gear retracted. Proximity alert. Front.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Contact.
Oh, I got you. My bad. Let's see who we got. We got a Cutlass to the rear. Just a Cutlass. Who appears to be AFK, so I'm not worried about him. Oh, nice. I've got the gear up bug. It's always fun. There we go. That's a little better. Oh man, HK-47 is such a fucking cool character. I would love to see him in a movie. That would make my fucking day. Oh, HK-47, favorite droid, hands down. It's not even a question, right? He was such a fucking cool character. Like, hands down, easily my favorite droid. Oh, I can't tell if it's that cluster or that one. Let's roll the dice on this one, see how it turns out. Yeah, there were so many good characters in Knights of the Old Republic. Holy crap. Like, I would go back and play that game in a heartbeat if they just did a graphics overhaul. Because it was just so good. The story was so fucking good. Like that moment when you get the big reveal, right? Like, I don't want to spoil it in case somebody hasn't played Knights of the Old Republic yet, because it's that fucking precious of a moment to me. But when you get that big reveal, like, you know, halfway through the game, you're just like, holy fuck. Like, fucking goosebumps, fucking just blown away, right? God, that game is so fucking well done. I can't tell which fucking ridge it is from here. It's too dark and foggy. I think it's this one. Pretty sure it's that one. Oh boy. Nearly fucked that up. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you decouple right into the fucking ground like an idiot. But I just gave myself away from space, so got that going for me. Thrawn Trilogy was fucking incredibly well written. Yeah, that was what I was hoping would happen when Disney bought out Star Wars. I was hoping that would be like the first EU universe thing that they adopted and made into a movie, right? Because the Thrawn Trilogy was just so fucking good.
Hydrogen fuel, 75%.
Uh-oh, that's concerning. I'm so glad I have these random lights in my cockpit that just make navigating at night just so fucking cancerous. Like, yeah, I need all this on. Please, yeah, I need to let people know that I'm flying a consolidated Outland Alpha. bastards. Oh, alright, well. That's one way to take care of finding it.
Shields. Power running low. Engine systems. Power running low.
Suppressor.
Proximity alert. Front. Landing gear engaged. Proximity alert. Front. Contact.
Cool. Motherfucker. It's nice that I'm getting shot at, but I don't even see that I'm getting shot at. Cool. That's amazing. Thanks, game. That's not fucking annoying or anything.
Your ship has been delivered to the following landing pad.
Systems activated. Systems on. Landing gear up.
Thank you, and please visit again.
So like the glaive kind of revolves around not getting hit while like doing absurd amounts of damage with its primary cannons. So it's good if you enjoy like agility fighters, right? Even though this thing is a giant target, it kind of goes under the same mentality in fighting style, right? Like your primary focus is to avoid getting hit while keeping shots going down on the target, because its main cannons are just retardedly big. So it does have the potential to do a lot of damage. You just have to watch it because, like, compared to every other fighter its size, it's paper armor. Yeah, and that's kind of another unknown variable, right? Is how it's going to pan out in the new flight model. Hey, Galactic Overlord, how's it going, man? Yeah, that CCU to the glaive was very much unexpected by pretty much everybody I know. Honestly, I think it was an error, and they just kind of caught it too late to do anything about it. At least that's my guess. Really? There we go. Army, Cody. God, I hate when it takes away your middle crosshair so you can't see anything. Or you can't, like, effectively aim it. And then by the time it gives it back, you're, like, fucked anyways. Yeah, it burns fuel super, super fast. That's one of my kind of biggest gripes with the glaive. Which makes, like, any kind of afterburn maneuvering, like, basically impossible. And we're fucking bugged again. Nice. God. It wouldn't be as bad because, like, I wouldn't be having to, like, afterburn as much if it didn't do this stupid fucking bug where, like, it doesn't manage the throttle right if you're popping between, what do you call it? Between coupled and decoupled, right? Like, it's like it's putting, like, an artificial limiter on it even though there isn't one. I have to basically pop back over to coupled, zero out my throttle for fucking God knows what fucking reason, and then switch back over to decoupled, and then all of a sudden I don't have a max again. And then I can go to, you know, wherever the ship's capable of doing. I don't know. I don't like... The glaive's very, very useful if you spend enough time getting good at it. For me, like, I don't have enough time in the glaive. The jitters it gives you when you try to accelerate. I don't know if I can demo it here or not. So, like, if you're fighting somebody, like, it shakes around a lot when you try to, like, rapidly change vectors and whatnot. I don't know if you can be able to tell from here. That shit drives me fucking nuts with the glaive. You can kind of see it a little bit here. So all that shaking around is incredibly frustrating if you're trying to shoot at somebody. Because you have to just kind of... You're constantly trying to counter steer it, right? Can I have my fucking cursor back? Thank you. yeah, we are. We're gonna legit run out of fuel. Let's recouple. Head back for Hex. Do I think a person will land on Mars in this century? Honestly, I don't know. When I was younger, I was like certain of it, but nowadays, man, it's so hard to say with like how little governments seem to care about furthering humanity in space. If that makes sense. LMAO, Peyton. I've never said I'm complaining about how long it takes. People who decide to like interject that as like my argument and criticism towards the game are really, really fucking stupid. So don't be that person. At no point have I said, oh my god, I'm not happy with Star Citizen because it's taking so long. I fucking backed it in 2013, retard. I've got so much patience. It would be stupid to try to like explain it to you. It has nothing to do with patience. My issues with timeline matters are that Chris sets timelines, he gives dates, and then can't ever manage to hit them. That's a management issue. That's a like ability to run a project of this scope and scale issue. So if you don't think that that's something to criticize, then I'm sorry that you're just super, super fucking sensitive about Star Citizen and don't think anybody should say anything bad about it, because that's literally the way you're acting. If you think that like people shouldn't be saying bad things about it. If I don't genuinely enjoy it, I love shooting whiny ass fucking snowflakes. That's probably like my favorite thing to do in the game right now. So thanks to people like you, I fucking totally am having a blast with Star Citizen again.
Contact. Contact. Contact.
Yeah, those flickering and shit is intended. It's because it's like a reproduction of an alien ship or some shit. So it's like, it's intended, basically, yeah. It's only with the Vanduul ships, right? I don't, maybe the Vanduul ones? I've never flown any of them because I just don't care to mess with them. But yeah, all the Vanduul ones flicker like that. I think it's like their lore version of like trying to interface with an alien ship design, at least, since the glaive is technically a reproduction and not an actual one.
Contact.
Boop. That's how we land.
You always only say negative things.
Oh, God. Oh, man. That's a tough one. I would say Saber. It's really hard to recommend a fighter that costs $350, right? That's my big issue with the glaive. Yeah, the guns are amazing or whatever, but for $350, I don't think they're that amazing, if that makes sense. Thank you. This is what happens when somebody lands and they leave their lights on, in case you're wondering why it looks like fucking AIDS in here. So if you're ever landing at Hex, please turn off your fucking headlights when you get out of your ship. This is actually not that bad compared to what some of the other ships do, though. Alright, guys. I have to start waking kids up and getting them ready for school. So we will resume the Jumptown watching later today when I get back. So thank you everybody for hanging out. Next time around, it's going to be a lot more passive than what we ended up with here. The intent was to not interact at Jumptown at all and just kind of like observe it and let it play out in its own natural state type deal. Fortunately, I kind of broke that a little bit, but yeah. Next time, hopefully, it'll be a lot more like, the idea will be to hide and just watch Jumptown unfold in its own order, right? Like let people either trade peacefully, or we'll observe, you know, the pirating, the griefing, the random slaughter for no fucking reason, whatever comes of it, right? So anyways, if you guys enjoyed this kind of stream, definitely let me know in the comments whenever you get a chance, or just drop on the Discord and be like, yeah, dude, that was pretty cool. That was something different. If not, then we can always go back to a more hands-on kinetic Jumptown experience as well. Those are always fun. I was just trying to mix it up and do something different since it was really early and I was kind of just milking on coffee and whatnot, and kind of just doing something chill was the idea. So, all right, guys, I will see you guys a little later today, probably. I should be able to stream today. The kids have been moderately tame of late. We'll see. But with that, I'm FailureToReport. Thank you all for hanging out with me, keeping me company, and I'll see you guys next time.